What's going on, Savage here? I hope you're having a good day, and I hope that you've been getting a lot of wins in Warzone. Since Season 6 is released, I've been struggling greatly with the new meta and things changing in the game. If you guys have seen my streams, you know that I've been in the struggle bus, so I'm trying my best to find a way to counteract the new meta. Basically, with the new meta, everyone's using the new sniper, everyone's still using shotguns, so people are all over the rooftops. It's not even a matter of third-partying, it's just people on rooftops. The moment you run in the open, the moment you try to play aggressive and push another player, you get sniped in the head because the new sniper is a one-tap. And I keep saying sniper, I know it's a marksman, but this thing is a sniper. Regardless of my struggles though, the strategies still remain the same. We just have to find a way to adapt and overcome the new meta. That's just the way this game has always been. Every time a new season comes out, we always struggle for the first week until we start getting in sync. So all we gotta do is just pull through the BS and then we'll be back to winning in no time. But in today's video, we will be covering another viewer submitted gameplay, and this is gonna be a quads match. Now I love analyzing and breaking down quads matches because there's so many things happening. You have to worry about one team and then another, and then you can't get split up, but you need to stay together. It's a lot of complicated variables that fall into play, so I absolutely love going over quad gameplay. If you guys have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the wolf pack today. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes, and let me know in the comment section below if you are a fan of the new season or not. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, here we are spectating WRBK. I think we've broken down one of his gameplays before. At least his name seems extremely familiar. And they're going for, well, lumber. I don't think they're actually going to land on the most wanted bounty. There's really no reason for it. But anyway, as you can see, the live pings are absolutely crazy. A few things that have me a little confused is everyone's coming here. There are at least 3 of the teams here, and I don't know why. There's 2 most wanted bounties, there's a little timer objective, and then you have a bounty. This is really nothing special here. Not really sure why it's so hot, but we all love hot drops. Let's get into the action. All right, when you land in for the first time, I really recommend you guys land together for multiple reasons, and they just got a bounty on them as well. You're being hunted, as you can see there. This just leads me to my next point. You have a teammate that's over here, Brizzle. What color is he? He's blue, so he's blue. He's got purple near him, which is awesome. But remember, this is a super hot drop, so there's probably a whole team. Whenever there's multiple teams landing in the same spot, teams like to cluster together, and you'll end up in a 1v4, 2v4, 3v4 situation. You want to make sure you're all somewhat together. On the flip side, if you're in a more peaceful area, if there's not many people around you, I do recommend spreading out so y'all can gather up some loot in different buildings, get money faster, things like that. But because lumber is so hot right now, I definitely would go ahead and land on my teammate. And again, he's got the bounty on him, so he's going to need some backup fast. All right, he's got a level 3 bounty on him. I would instantly make my way to my teammate. I wouldn't even worry about popping the plate. I would just go ahead and sprint to him and run. All right, here we are making our way to our teammates, and they have both been taken out already. We don't know what we're diving into. There's no call outs have been made. At least not that I can hear. Now, I want you guys to notice how he drop shotted in the doorway. You always want to remain mobile whenever you're in a gunfight. You don't ever want to stand still. People just tend to just sit in the doorway and ADS and pray to God their gun outshoots the other. But with things like desync and hit registration being a huge problem in this game, you want to keep your body moving that way. Hopefully the gunfight will favor you. If you stand perfectly still, you make it real easy for the enemy to get the kill. Another reason why I recommend you guys all land together is because it's really a rough start whenever you lose half your team or more right at the beginning, because the chance of all 4 of your teammates coming out of the gulag, isn't really that high. And here they are already missing 2 teammates. They've got almost enough for a loadout, but unfortunately they're gonna have to buy their teammates back instead, which again isn't a huge problem. You can always utilize a free loadout, but this is going to slow your gameplay down. Should the entire squad have actually survived, y'all could go off, get your loadout, and start killing people even sooner. But because we're having to buy our 2 teammates back and then get money again or wait for the free loadout, we're looking at least, a 5-minute deficit of just not being able to play aggressive and hunt down teams. I say that and he actually splashed the hell out of this dude. What was that, dude? What was that, bro? All right, but remember, he's by himself and that guy was not instant, so you can go ahead and guarantee there's probably more players here. That was an instant. There's another team. It just happened to be right there. But in this position, you have to be honest with yourself. Are you able to 1v4 a squad on your own? Or do you feel more comfortable fighting with your team? If you feel more comfortable fighting with your team, just bail out, go to your teammates, and live to fight another day as a squad. But if you're confident in your gunplay, or you just want to practice your movement and practice your 1v3 and 1v4ing, then I highly recommend going ahead and getting into the fight. Again, guys, at the end of the day, this is just a video game. And on top of that, it's still early game. So if you do die, if you do wipe, it's not a big deal. You've only wasted 5 minutes of your life. Not a huge thing.
Going to you, Edwin? Yeah.
That was a great concussion by WRBK, giving him some time to go ahead and plate up. Remember, guys, tacticals and lethals are not only to try to get kills, but to buy you some time to be able to do things like that. Now, because we knew there was a guy over here, we got the hit marker. You just got in a fight with the guy to your left. Usually in situations like that, while you're changing your focus to his teammate and getting the kill and getting the down, homeboy to our 200 should be pushing us at that point. At least that's what I would do if my squad mate was in a fight.
I'll wait a minute.
But WRBK seems to be handling his own relatively fine. There are 2 teams here still because they're engaging each other, and we counted 3 on the mini map when he's already killed 2 of this team. He's got 1 bullet and a shotgun remaining. This is very dangerous, but good snap. Unfortunately, could not deliver the final blow or take out the other one. Again, look, guys, teams hold pockets. Normally, if this is a perfect world, I would never recommend you guys hug your team like I'm telling you guys now. But because other players are doing it, especially with the new meta being shotguns and snipers, you're going to want to hug your teammate at least off the dump. Because if you get in situations like this, it's going to be very hard to 1v3, 1v4 a team. Much less, just like our boy was just doing, having to do it to 2 or 3 other teams. All right, here we are about to push a bounty. Now, when you're pushing a bounty and you're playing a team-based game type with duos, trios, quads, you have to pretend as if you're pushing a full team. I see too many times I'm watching you guys gameplay and y'all push a bounty as if he's the only person alive. Make sure before you tunnel vision on the bounty, you scan the entire area real quick. The last thing you want to do is put yourself out in the open to beam the bounty and then get killed by his teammates. Then your entire team gets wiped and he gets rezzed anyway. When it comes to gunfights in this game, you want to think long-term over short-term. You want to make sure you don't waste your life or waste your team's money and then lose out on your loadout, right? Now, Orange is going in there by himself. Again, we don't know if there's a full team or not. I'm not a fan of Orange going in by himself. I do like the fact that our boy WR is wrapping the right side. Blue looks to be wrapping the right side. And purple is going to back up Orange. You want to hit the building from multiple angles. All right, he was a solo. There's just really nothing he could do. If you're in the enemy's position, guys, and you have the bounty on you, you're being hunted down, you're better off just taking a vehicle and driving around than sitting in a corner waiting for a full quad to come wipe you, right? Especially if you're in duos, trios, or quads and you're by yourself and you have a bounty on you. Just run for it or try to outplay it. Don't sit in a corner because the end result will be you die. All right, but now we're in a position where they have enough money to go ahead and get whatever they want. Plus, they have their free loadout drops. And also, there's a vehicle on the minimap making their way to you. He doesn't have C4, unfortunately, but again, and this vehicle looks to be the buggy. If you look at the minimap, it's kind of what it looks like. That's really easy to shoot people out of. I don't like when I watch gameplay and people are running away from vehicles as if they're not going to get run over. You have a better option trying to get a headshot and knock the enemy out the car than you will trying to run away from them and make it to safety.
Yeah. Hey, car coming. Ooh, another red action.
Just like that, boys. Told you. Shooting people out of vehicles is relatively easy. Do not be afraid to utilize your weapon. I do like the fact that WR is looking around. He's watching surroundings. He's making sure no one's in the compound behind him. A lot of people just tunnel vision on the fight, but he's making sure no one's sneaking up from the side of him. But between the squad, y'all have over $30,000. Again, y'all can buy whatever you want, dude. Self-reses for everyone. UAVs for everyone. It's like Christmas out here. All right, but we are rocking the M13 and Ghost. So he ended up picking up the P90 he was using originally. There it is. He's going to be sticking with this. Now, there's a buy station next to you guys. I highly recommend, guys, be aware of the money situation. Be aware of everything that's around you. As soon as you grab the loadout, you should have instantly went to the buy station because, again, this is just wasted time. I know it may seem minute, guys, but he does drop a lot of kills this game. And I know he's trying to chase that 20 bomb. Those extra 30 seconds or 2 minutes that's been wasted doing this and that, that's another 2 minutes that you could actually utilize trying to push a team, push a bounty, and get that 20 bomb you've been chasing. All right, I also want you guys to notice 6 of his 8 kills were done within the first 3 minutes of the game. So again, time management's everything. If you're chasing that 20 bomb, you want to make sure you're going as fast as you can between kill after kill after kill, getting your loot, getting your loadout, getting your buy station and things that you want to buy, and then making your way to the next objective. Objectives are crucial in this game. Whether you want to play slow and passive and go for flags and search bounties, or you want to play super aggressive, grab a most wanted bounty, bait people to you, grab bounties, go after people. The decisions are yours, but those things are crucial whether you want to drop high kill games or get wins. You need to start utilizing the objectives. All right, so we went ahead and fast forward, and I want to point a few things out. So we were down there in the bunker for 2 minutes, and we did come out with some things, right? We already had our loadout drop. Half our team already had satchels. So we really didn't benefit too much from down there, except for the fact we got some money. And yeah, we got a lot of money. We got almost 30K again, which is awesome. But again, guys, we already had 30K originally because we were forcing fights and we were getting kills. And like I said in the beginning of the video, in this update, it seems like money is a lot easier to come by than it was in season 5. So with saying that, in my opinion, and you can slay me in the comments if you want, going to the bunker was a waste of time if chasing a 20 bomb was your objective. Now, if you just want to get a nice little win and get some kills, that's fine. Go for the bunker, do whatever you want. But if you guys are out there trying to beat your PRs, get the 20 bomb, get that 30 bomb, whatever the case may be, stop wasting your time going to bunkers like this. Especially when it's already mid-game, you're already sitting on a good amount of kills from the beginning, you're already slaying out, your team seems to be vibed up together.
Not even good to be 499. 99-cent store. You need some higher end shit if it's at a 99-cent store. $4.99.
All right, so we do have an enemy UAV above us, which should tell you guys that there is an enemy nearby, right? Because UAVs are only going to get called in if they're somewhere in your vicinity. That doesn't mean they're going to be right on the compound you're at, but they are somewhere close. I'm not sure exactly if your teammates are rocking Ghost or not, but I know that our boy that we're spectating is rocking Ghost, so he should be okay. You want to have your team in sync as far as game plan when it comes to who's grabbing what perk, right? You don't want to just have one person rocking Ghost and the other 3 people not rocking Ghost, because then guess what? They're going to essentially know where you're at. All right, so you have 4 enemies marked on the minimap, of course. You have a couple vehicles driving behind them. Well, I just saw it on the minimap and now it's gone. But regardless, we have a full 4-man team over here. Now, if you are going to engage the enemy at this distance, you want to make sure your shots are in sync with your teammates. You want to focus the same targets at the same time. That way you can guarantee the knock and hopefully the execute. The last thing you want to do is be put in a position where you're shooting at one enemy, your teammates are shooting another enemy, and then next thing you know, you've broken all their armor, but you haven't gotten any knocks, you haven't gotten any downs. And what that does is create an opportunity for the enemy team to know exactly where you're at, and they can come up with an outplay. So sync your shots together. I like the fact that that's exactly what happened. 3 of you guys are shooting at him. 4 of you guys are shooting at the same guy. There's another teammate. I think it's another enemy, actually. I don't think that's the guy's teammate. I think it's another enemy. I'm pretty sure it's a third-party situation because it looked like the enemy was kind of crouch walking to the corner so that he could slowly look around the corner. I think that guy's dead. There was a vehicle and they're just bailing from the fight. Wow. That's something I will say too recently in the past few days that I've noticed is people are just running from fights. Nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to play video games. Oh my God. They take it too serious. They end up, you know, they lose a teammate and it's a 3v4 and they're like, you know what? We're leaving. We're running. I can't handle this. And they'll just run away. Guys, stop running from fights. Just play the game. It's a video game, guys. It's not that serious. Now, one thing I will say, you know, it worked out, but be very careful when you push people up staircases. I like that you got the knock, but then you went for the execute. You didn't scan the rest of the upper floor, and you would have been in a real bad position should his teammate have been up there with him. But it worked out in your favor. But still, everybody watching, that's just something to look out for. If you get it down in a position like that, make sure you scan your surroundings before you go for the execute, because the last thing you want to do is get down and executed yourself, and then the guy you just wasted all that time trying to down gets rezzed, and then at that point, it's a lose-lose situation. But I do like the fact that our dude in Zero got into combat and his teammates instantly rotated on him to give backup, right? I see too many times teammates are split up too much, and then one person gets picked, and then another person gets picked. And by the time those 2 guys are dead, their teammates are so far gone, it doesn't matter. They can't get their loot, they can't finish the fight, they can't avenge their deaths, they can't do anything because they're so far gone. All right, so we have an enemy on minimap that's in a building in front of him. That's why he's so focused on this area. Now, one thing you can do is just wait for the enemy to leave. You can also rotate to that big old blue roof next to you. Now, it looks like the enemy is leaving the building. At that point, as you can see, he's in the open right here. You could kind of leave cover a little bit, put yourself out there, and get the kill as he crosses this open area. There's only one thing that'll protect him from this area, and it's that building right there. Everything else is just open field. Open field, you may have a little pebbles, not any massive rocks, but most of it's just an open street and open field. So he's a real easy pick. So if you just put yourself in a position to get over here, basically around the bounty and get some angle on this guy, it's an easy kill. And then at that point, you can go ahead and pick the bounty and go after the next one.
You eliminated the most wanted target. Good job.
Good shit. Good job, Brian.
All right, the enemy's already rotated. He's already heading off. I would like to see you kill him, but it looks like he's just going to go ahead and head out. Now, that is a fault of mine and a lot of players, is sometimes we'll go a little too far out to try to get the kill, and we'll put ourselves in a vulnerable position. So I'm not against him not trying to go for the kill, because yes, he would have had to have left hard cover to put himself out there in the middle of the open to try to get the kill. And not only that, but he would separate himself from the team. Again, that's what I would do. It works out sometimes. Sometimes I get screwed by it. But again, if you're trying to chase that Tony bomb, that's one extra kill you could have had that you didn't achieve.
Dropping into the AO.
All right, so this is the building I was talking about. It's such a pain in the ass. We went ahead and skipped ahead a little bit, but this is the building that's a real hard building to hold. But on the flip side, it's a real hard building to stay alive on, because you are on the roof, you are vulnerable 360 degrees. Yes, if you're on one side, you're protected from the other, but you're still vulnerable that 180 degrees. And then when you flip over the other side, the exact same situation occurs. Not to mention, you're in a pretty clustered area. I'm glad these buildings aren't laid out throughout the entire map. There's only a few in Verdansk in the first place, so that's good. But these buildings are a pain in the ass for both teams if played incorrectly. That poor bastard. Guys, if you're coming in from the gulag or you're parachuting in general, don't just float to the ground. That guy was begging to die, right? Turn your auto parachute off and pull your chute at the last second. That way you can't get shot out the air that easy like that dude did right there. And I know that didn't seem like a lot, but again, a lot of newer players are watching this that are suffering from the exact same thing he just suffered from. So make sure you turn your auto parachute off and you practice pulling your chute at the very last second.
Good shit.
And also, we have the bounty marked. I'd go ahead and pick up the bounty. That way, hopefully, it may identify someone near you that you didn't know existed, right? So I would go ahead and pick it up, especially since it's already marked. You clearly want it. Go ahead and get it, man. Also, there's a lot of pings on your mini-map. If you end up doing callouts, the first thing I look towards is pings, right? If my teammates start shouting, hey, there's a guy over here, I look to where his ping's at. And if it's an old ping, that could be real detrimental to losing the gunfight. All right, there are 2 people in that building. 2 people lit up when they got in a fight. We don't know if they're on the same team or not, so be very careful on how you push this. A lot of people just go balls to the wall and push in here. But again, we don't know how many players are here, so you gotta be very careful jumping off the roof and trying to YOLO and just full on thug it out and face check the hell out the enemies. He's gonna go ahead and land in there and get on the roof. I'm not against the play, but again, we don't know where his team is. They could be nearby outside of the building, and you put yourself in a vulnerable spot. I respect the trying to jump through the window. I respect that. I do love the fact that during that fight, you know, you and your teammate went in through one side and your other teammates wrapped on the other side, and y'all essentially pinched the enemy and really confused the hell out of them. Granted, it was a third party. That guy in there was fighting another enemy, but nonetheless, should that have been a team versus team, you would have come out real nicely with that pinch. He's gonna bomb.
Requesting recon.
All right, boys, it's in game. There's only 16 enemies left, 7 enemy teams total, and we have an advanced UAV in the air. Go ahead and pull up that bad boy and mark all the enemies. Now, I would say go ahead and pull up the entire map. That way you can see if people are on ridges, if people are camping in buildings. You want to go ahead and burn that image into your mind. That way, when you finish killing this one guy, your entire advanced UAV isn't wasted, and you can go ahead and move on to the next one.
Take it. You guys see him? Only one.
Setting explosive.
This is before the update because he's throwing C4 far. All right, so there's clearly a full team camping inside this house. There goes one enemy, and you want to make sure you're counting. That way you know how many people are here. There's 2 enemies right there. There's 3 enemies. And there's still a guy on radar. Now, the last thing you want to do is this, right? Purple, Dwin is out there shooting at somebody, and he's got no armor plates, essentially. WRBK needs to go ahead and plate up, and Zero needs to plate up as well. So by Dwin going outside, if he does lose his gunfight, it puts them in a situation where they could essentially get picked one out at a time, right? So you want to make sure you're fully plated before you engage the next target. Now, granted, there are some times where you have to fight. There's nothing you can do. You can't just sit there and plate up because you're being pushed. That's fine. But in this situation right here, they just killed 3 of the teammates. It's a 4v1 essentially. There may be another random out there somewhere, but it could be a 4v1. Just take your time, breathe a second, get upstairs, plate up, and then go and locate the last target. I really don't like the fact that he's pushing him by himself, but they should be able to get this. Oh no. All right, I want you guys to notice too, I'm looking at the mini map right now. WR is still inside the building, just finished plating up. Blue is going off the left side of the building, and orange or Zero is in the middle of shooting at the enemy, and he's got 0 plates. Again, don't engage targets if you don't have to, with no plates. Oh no. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it. And it happens to the best of us, trust me. It happened to me about 30 times today. It is what it is, man. So now we're in a situation where it's a 1v10 and there's 4 full teams left. Is there a buy station inbounds? Oh shit, there's not a buy station. That sucks, bro. That sucks. But if you play it wrong, it could be a quick death for you, because again, when you get shot at by one person in general, the time to kill is super fast. When you get shot at by 2 people at the same time, time to kill is really fast. You get shot at by 4 people, GG. Now, because of how the circle's rotating, if I was inside the building over here, which I'm sure there's a team there, they would want to be looking this direction, because the majority of the circle is on our side of the street, or it was, and now it's being forced into quarry because of the zone. So anybody coming out of this side is an easy target. So if there is a team in this building, and there should be, and that team should want to be looking this way, WRBK doesn't really stand a chance. It's a very hard push in general, but hopefully the COD gods are on his side and the teams over there are just sleeping and have no idea what the hell's happening. Hopefully. I like the fact that instead of just beelining for the building, he's using the silos as cover. Perfect. It's beautiful. I love it. That's unfortunate. But he's got deadly, boys. He's got deadly. I love it. I don't think that was the original guy I was shooting at. I think the first guy was a cowboy. That was somebody else. Pretty sure.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
I mean, honestly, WR, combat-wise, you're pretty on point. Decision-making-wise, you're pretty on point. The only thing I can say, honestly, is just the fact that, you know, if y'all wasted just a little less time, you might be able to chase that 20 bomb. But again, your target prioritization's on point. Your teamwork's on point. You know, plating before you jump into combat, on point. Really not much I can critique for you, to be honest, man. Time management, I think, is just your, I wouldn't say your biggest deal. It's not a huge deal. You're not that bad at it. I just think, you know, this game could have been a 20 bomb. Should you have... I need to use the M13 again, boy. God dang, I forgot how much of a laser that gun is. I don't know how the enemies allowed you to get this building. This building would have been my #1 spot. No matter where I was on the map, this is the building I would want to get to. I don't understand why the enemies weren't here waiting for you. If there would have been a full 4-man squad in this building, it would have been almost impossible to push it and clear it and get that entire kill. These guys are just running around as if they don't know what the hell's happening. GG, let's go. Good job, brother. I really appreciate you sending me your gameplay and letting me analyze it and break it down for everybody to see. Again, not really much to critique. You did a great job overall. Your teammates had a couple of questionable calls, but overall, y'all worked really well together, and you were absolutely beaming. So again, thank you for submitting the gameplay. Again, time management, I think, is the only thing I would critique a little bit. There was a lot of wasted time going to the bunkers, but again, the bunkers is a fun thing to do. So if you're really not try hard in every game, that's fine. I'm not going to take it too much, but should you have not wasted 2.5, 3, 4 minutes, whatever it was over there, you could have got some extra kills chasing bounties or going for more fights or things like that. But this game's all RNG. It's all situational based. If you wouldn't have gone there, you may have never been put in a position to win the game. So it ended up working out, and GG's. But again, thank you for watching. I really hope these videos are helping you improve your gameplay. Now, A lot of my newer series like in-game circles and gunfighting and things like that have come from community requests. So if you guys have any questions at all or any suggestions, please let me know what they are in the comment section below. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and until next time, boys, good luck in Warzone. Yo, thank you for watching. I really hope you're enjoying season 6. If you did learn anything new from this video, make sure you check out some of these tips and tricks videos over here. And as always, subscribe by hitting the button over my left-hand shoulder. Y'all have a good one and keep on improving.